Guys, I don't know who's on here yet, and this is going to be a long deal. May have to do a second video, but I've been confirmed. A friend of mine I went to school with, her name's Hogue from the Army, has been deployed to Texas. Not South Texas, North Texas. She's telling me that they're doing the Jade Helm 15 gun grabbing. Okay, guys. She's been deployed. They're saying they don't want to do the tanks that we've been hearing about. I know who they are and what they are now. It's North Korea and China's tanks. Russia's tanks have not come out there yet, but they're going to be deployed very soon. And it might be right after they take down Trump. I'm not sure. But if you have not heard, Mike Pence has been in talks behind Trump's back with Putin. You heard me right. Our sour apple may be Mike Pence, folks. Now, you can take it with a grain of salt. You can dislike this video all you want, but I'm not the only one that is reporting this. I got a video sent to one of my anonymous people that's working with me now. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You know who you are. Gave me something that really I didn't get to see or hear. I thought I had him subscribed, but I think YouTube is unsubscribing to people because I was subscribed to Marfugal. Marfugal News is now reporting it, and he's got people on his show, former military, saying they're asking for gun grabs. So, Marfugal, you might want to, if anybody's a Marfugal News fanatic like we are, y'all need to let him know that they're unsubscribing to people that's doing the same news as I am. I want to get this straight, guys. I did not take down Deathmatch. I thought we did, but we did not. Okay? It was Fox. Y'all need to watch out. CNN, Fox, NBC, they're all after us for giving out the real news because nobody's watching their stuff no more. Now, did y'all see the thumbnail? Somebody sent me that on Facebook. Now that is, I'm not talking about the gas prices. I'm talking about the tanks and the military vehicles on them trains. They're heading toward Texas. Now, why are they not heading toward the West Coast? I'll tell you why. The West Coast and the middle of the United States is where all the military vehicles are going to be sitting because they're waiting on the big earthquake. We had 39 earthquakes in the last 12 hours on the West Coast, folks. I want y'all to know that. Anybody on there yet? Nobody? Okay. Maybe I'm getting shadow banned. I don't know who's on here today, or what, but Ryan, if you're here, we need to share these videos. If we don't share them, the reason I'm on gaming is because of this. We're being shadow banned, folks, on purpose. Something else I want to tell y'all. The migrants have new cell phones, and they're getting off of George Soros's buses. I thought they were coming to America to work. They're already started getting paid, and they're not even at work yet. I think it's a decoy of what is happening with the migrants. And it's not all of the migrants that we're concerned about. It's some. The ones that's ahead of the migrants is on the charter buses that we're concerned of, guys. and they're sitting on the border shooting birds at the border patrol. I want y'all to know that right now. And they're got their new iPhones, and it's just ridiculous. I just can't believe I'm having to report this today. It's a story after story after story. It's like a never-ending story. I just wished Falcor was out there. That little dinosaur was out there and picking me up and flying around the freaking country, taking out the bullies for you. But I can't. But I mean, I don't know how to explain it. This is the only way I can do it for y'all guys. I'm injured. I don't feel good, but I'm here. I just got the new Dale Earnhardt Jr. book. My dad got me for my birthday. That was pretty cool. No, I did not get my Red Ryder BB gun that I wanted. But it's okay. But I want y'all to hear this. Marfugel News is reporting it. We got news out of Mark Taylor again. The deep state cabal is attacking Trump. James Munder is talking about the same thing I've been talking about, the invasion planned. And now it's a reporter telling us, a Mexican reporter telling us that there's stars on the tanks that I just called out. It's China and North Korea, folks. North Korea is testing missiles again, testing some kind of weapon again. Told you Trump was not true. He lied, guys. Y'all been sold out. Y'all been sold out. Y'all are waking up to this now. 80 million people are about to be out with power on the East Coast. They're getting the East, the South, and the West Coasts, folks. I want y'all to know that. But without further ado, I want y'all to hear what Marfugel says. He's got former military saying it, but Aaron Hogue came to me and said, "You were right, Andrew. You were right. I thought you were crazy. And I even work for the Army. They're deploying me." I have friends of mine telling me that I was crazy, folks. She thought I was crazy. Now she's not. She can't believe it. She's having to be deployed to do this, folks. She don't even know what she's being deployed about, but they're deploying them to Texas. And it's called Jade Helm. Okay? It's called Jade Helm. The only thing I know about Jade Helm was gun grabbing and gun confiscations from Obama. So here we go, guys. Enjoy. I love you all. Please subscribe, like, and share. Viral. I'm doing this, having to do this on gaming if you're new, because we're being shadow banned. Enjoy the game designs and the show.
Now we're officially post-gaming with Velveeta shells and cheese. So to the point. And again, his convalescent leave ended.
Alright, here we go.
If you have not seen the video over on the main page, and it looks like most of you have, it's only about half an hour old and it has about 500 views. It took me some time to do that. Not to mention, I've been dealing with some other stuff today. I want to thank everyone that's been watching and sharing and doing everything they possibly can. Especially, I want to give a shout out to the Angel Rock Radio Show. for extending some of her connections to me. Thank you very much. Much needed right now during all this drama. So thank you. And then this was huge. So a lot of you were in the chat. There was over 1,000 of you watching when this gentleman called in. So I got his number and I did as I said, and I basically contacted him today, and he had more to say. He also sent an encrypted email to Shauna and explained, basically after talking with a lot of people, what he thought this was. So we have that as well. I don't know if I'll release that, but we did release on this video his actual deployment letter from AKO, Army Knowledge Online. It shows the order number, and it shows what the operation is called. It's called Operation Hot Musket, and I'm sorry, there's something about that name that screams that this is totally domestic.
Hold on. That's not the right thing, Marfugel. Whoever told you that's not right, but they are deploying people. It's called Jade Helm. Jade Helm 15. Look it up. I've been talking about this for 3 years now. 3 or 4 years.
What do you think of when you think of a musket? Honestly, please put it in the chat. What do you think when you think of a musket? First thing that came to my mind is the South. You know what I'm saying? It's just the weirdest thing. Now, on the call the other night, too, he mentioned that several of the old-timers told him that they used to get asked, would you fire on someone from here, from our own country, if you were ordered to? And people would have to answer that as part of their ASFAB. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I did put the explanation of what that was. And most people said, they would, and in fact, there's an actual study that says a lot of them said they would. But there was a good percentage that said they would never do that. And I actually tweeted out a story just today about a local Washington cop where I'm from that stood up, and a couple others stood up and said that they would not abide by this new law in Washington where they can take people's guns. These cops stood up and said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking people's firearms. So again, this stream, because of the stuff involved, same with this video, it's most likely going to get, dinged right away. If it's not monetized, it's not going to be seen on recommended and stuff like that. So if you guys can, share as much as you can. A lot of YouTubers say 1,000 likes or whatever. I'm not saying that. If you like it, please, don't forget to click it. This is huge. I mean, this is absolutely huge. You could say that they were going to say the border, but I honestly don't know about that. All the rumors that he's heard from the people, and I've talked to this guy at length at this point. This is legit. I talked to John X earlier. I actually went on his show. I didn't know I was live. I don't know if any of you were in his backup channels live, but I called him not knowing I was live. I wouldn't have swore so much if I knew I was. But that was right after I found out that I asked, I said, is there any kind of, could I get, I first asked him, I said, how do they tell you? Do they call you? Do they email you? And he's like, usually it's AKO, it's the Army Knowledge Online. They send you it via email, and then they call you. And he usually has to, basically call his CO and see what's up, or his lieutenant, whatever. Like I said, not an expert on the ranks, but he usually has to see, more information from them. An E6 sergeant does get to know once they get there, but a lot of the times, somebody at that rank won't know until it's right up into the point. And again, his convalescent leave ended days, weeks early. He was 22 days in, according to him, and he had a total, a max cap of 58 days to spend with his new baby. And it was pretty powerful. What he said, how he said it, we were all sitting there. I noticed when I was watching the video back, and I kind of put a little note on this, I was sitting there like this. I wanted to bite my nails, but I didn't. I don't know if you see this, but over the last couple days, my nails are like gone. Honestly, we have.
Mine are gone too, buddy. Mine are gone. I don't have no fingernails no more. I've been fucking nervous. It's all get out. Excuse the language, but I told you so.
Not had a call that followed up with actual documentation of a deployment, and that's exactly what this is for. I'm not opening the phone lines up yet, but that's exactly what this is for. This number is for military to talk about deployments, and that's what we got. Now we have actually heard many people call in. You guys have been witness. There's been over 1,000 people in here a night. And we've witnessed all these people saying people are getting pulled back, people are getting snatched back. Now, I'm not saying this is the end of the world. That is not what I'm saying at all. And, there'd be the people, the haters, whatever, they're all going to say, I'm just trying to share what information I have. And you know what? I also made sure to put in there, in the description, this is, to my knowledge, 100% true and correct. And scary. I also said I am not responsible for my callers. I'm not responsible for anybody else. But at the same point, I believed in this. And I'm not easily fooled. You guys probably, anybody who's watched me for a year, I'm very skeptical. I do not believe in everything. I have to research before I say anything about anything. And if I find out the truth, I correct myself. But this is legit. And what was crazy is we Shauna and myself, we both Googled everything about, we tried to find anything about Operation Hot Musket, and we could not find anything. It was dated November 14th, 6 hours before. Everything matched. And then he's got until 2:30 tomorrow until he deploys. So, here's the cool part too. Not only am I still connected with him, whatever he can do within reach without getting in trouble, he said he will do. He says he has 10 months left, and it sounds like he is more concerned about what is going on, and he said, and this is a quote, and he's okay with me at least reading this. Let me see. I thought this was, let's see. Adam Bud, and this is before I got all this stuff. Adam Bud, I have an update for you. Call when you can. If you do not, please do not after midnight Eastern. I know where I'm going, and after lots of calling/texting people in and out of attached to my unit, I know what we are being sent to do. I'm not feeling it. I can't and won't follow an illegal order.
That's scary.
So for any of you that just joined, this is nuts. I'm gonna play the video from the other channel just in case you for some reason don't know about my other channel, or maybe you popped over from John X Army or Dustin Nemos or Dutch Sense, which, by the way, I am going to touch on. I don't know if any of you are earthquake trackers here. The frequency and the energy shot up.
I am. And he's right. Frequency and energy has shot up 10 times, 100 times. It was crazy, guys. That firefighter, that is scaring the shit out of me. Everything he's saying that I'm saying, and what he's saying is coming true. Guys, they're waiting on the big one to happen. That's what they're doing. The people that's distracting everybody from the big earthquake that's coming. They know it's coming. And Rothschilds is about to bring California into the drink. That's what we're concerned about. And the gun confiscations are going to be big. Big than bigly bigger big.
Today. I mean, it was literally black and black. I mean, it was completely full. We had some of the craziest earthquake activity for about 12 hours.
Yep.
So I was going to hit that too. I was going to try to pull that up. But without further ado, before I want to say a couple things, I want to say thank you to 4 minutes ago. Thank you, Sean James, for subscribing. 6 minutes ago, thank you, Calico Cat, for subscribing. 41 minutes ago, thank you, Dave Ryan. Thank you, Mr. 392. Thank you, Under Construction, for subscribing. Thank you, Jeff 197112334. I never get the names like that. It's like you just have to be a Jeff. No offense, just kidding. The Dirty Danelli. That sounds like a high school name for sure. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate every one of you. Chris Economopoulos. I don't even know how to say your name. That sounds maybe Greek. I don't know. Thank you for subscribing 1 minute ago. Dennis Neville, Spartacus, Mrs. Jenna, and Tonight's Night Out. Tonight's Out? Tony's Night Out. Okay, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, Sarah Greenham, Teresa Nevels, Diana, Michelle, L. Kennedy, Groovy, Susie DeLisi, William Seltz, and Cam Lewis, all becoming $1 to $3 patrons. Thank you guys. All right. I'm going to say what's up to the chat too in just a minute here, but I'm going to play this video. If you guys have not seen this yet, if you can, please go over and say what's up. And what's up to Brian Duggan and Farms Hits Weed, DMT DMK. I'm going to try to say your name. And Luis Farmer for all subscribing just now. All right, 1 sec. Let's see. What's up, guys? It's Marf. It is November 15, 2018, and this is Marfugal News. Are we at the verge of a civil event? That's what I'm going to let you guys decide here in a second. As many of you know, we have a call-in show on our other channel, and what its main purpose is to encourage ex or current military to call in and give their opinions on what is going on right now. The call that we got last night is actually one of the most credible and legit calls we have ever gotten, and it is disturbing. It will literally raise the hair on the back of your neck. Check it out. By the way,
Unpredictable Crohn's symptoms following you. For adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease.
I don't believe.
Guys, what he's about to do, what I've been saying, is what he's about to say, is what James is saying, is what Alex has been calling out. This is why they told Alex to leave YouTube. By the way, somebody that just got knocked off, General Shepard, got kicked off for putting Alex Jones' videos off. He's gone. I'm telling you guys, it's getting worse and worse and worse as we're closing in on December 11th. I told you December 11th is a day that I'm concerned about. Why? Well, I'm being confirmed that the UN wants to just annihilate the United States' internet for good, for what's about to happen. Now, he said 10 months they want to be deployed. Everybody's being deployed left and right. That is almost the same area that I said we got 16 months left until straight up martial law. Right now, the gun confiscations, they're softening us up during the weather and the earthquakes and the volcanoes. Okay? Just giving you a heads up. When all these catastrophes happen, it's going to get worse. I'm just telling you. Get ready. a day after tomorrow scenario could start up on the East Coast. Just thought you might want to know that, folks. Just be ready for a hell of a snowstorm.
Is a word, but I'm just gonna let that go. You're live on Marfugal TV. Thank you for being so patient.
Thank goodness. My buddy got me into this, and oh goodness, I don't even know where to start. All right. So
I just want to kind of commentary. I know a lot of you guys that were actually here for this call. As you notice, like, I'm smiling at the beginning. You know, he's, oh my goodness, my friend got me into this, and I'm expecting, like, I was honestly expecting kind of, you know, like, I don't know, somebody getting pushed by their friend to call and be like, hi, ha, ha, ha. But it was way more serious than that. Like, I noticed my face went from, like, ha, 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 to, holy crap, this is a crazy call.
I guess I'll start out. My name's Jim. I'm Staff Sergeant E6.
And by the way, you can hear me write down, I forget people's names by the end of the call, so I usually try to scribble their name. It's absolutely horrible.
I'm a little nervous at the moment. We'll get 72 hours. I'm on convalescent leave right now. I just had a child. And essentially I got a 72-hour, and not just me, other people in my unit, other people I know that are on base and other units.
Do you see my face? I know what this means. Like, this just...
Oh my God.
Like,
Oh my God. What have I been saying? 72 hours. 72 hours means you've got 72 hours to get underground. 72 hours means Wormwood. Okay, if the water turns red, blood red, it's the rust off the planet, okay? It's that reddish color that we've been seeing in the ocean. Okay, this is making sense. The 72-hour is when it turns red and everything turns blood red and your ground turns red and everything. You've got 72 hours to get underground. Holy cow, I didn't know we had 72-hour kind of like military like training kind of deal. This is interesting, guys. Listen to this.
hit me like a ton of bricks.
It's a joint base, so there's Air Force and Army on there. We got a domestic deployment order, is the rumor, and I've heard it from like at least 6 or 7 different people at this point. That doesn't happen. This is National Guard stuff. And when there's rumors about North Texas, that makes no sense. If anything, you'd think maybe California, maybe the southern border.
Wait a minute. North Texas. What is going on in North Texas? Anybody know? I mean, y'all can comment down below after the show. Nothing. I don't know what's going on with my comment thing. I noticed it's gone. Unless they took it off. I don't know what's going on. Nobody has commented. It's weird. And maybe something has happened. I don't know. All I know is YouTube has changed dramatically. And what I'm about to say is they're shadow banning us big time. But what he's about to say, I have a feeling he's about to say what Obama and the Clintons have been saying, FEMA camp, fun camp, because isn't there a FEMA camp in North Texas? Now, you don't have to say anything. I know there's no comments down below, but you can comment after the show if you want to. But I think they're trying to shut down freedom of speech, which we've seen that coming, didn't we? We warned you 6 months ago this was coming. It was going to get worse as we get closer to December. But Wormwood is 4 days out, folks. I will tell you this. It was here October the 25th in a nice little reddish color in the screen, in the sky. I got that on my YouTube channel. on my other YouTube channel. That's Rest in Peace NWO The Real News. And now it's on this one. Here we come up 4 more days. And they said it's going to be hovering around us from November the 20th to December the 20th. That's crazy, folks. This is making sense. All of this is happening at the same time as Warmwood's closing in.
So anybody that was there, I mean, this gentleman, you could hear it in his voice, the size, the stress. He just found out 6 hours before he called in. And Rick in our group convinced him to call in and say this. Like, I want to thank Rick for that, because if it wasn't for him, we would have never connected. This guy is completely legit. This is it. I mean, this is like something. Again, I'm gonna try to skip through a couple parts of this, and then, because I know a lot of you guys were here for this call, but I highly recommend you checking it out on the other channel. If you did see it already, if you could help me out and just, I don't know, if you want, let it run. I think this should get out to a lot of people. I mean, you know, every YouTuber says, no, if this is the one to share, this is it. I think something big is about to go down. That's my honest opinion. That's an opinion, and like a backside, everyone's got it one, and they all stink. But this one, this is for real. So I'm gonna.
Sure, I'm on convalescent leave right now, so they're calling me in, essentially giving me 72-hour notice, and that's 72 hours from 6.5 hours ago when I got the call. To basically have my boots on and my bags packed and check out. But anyway, about Jade Helm, absolutely. I've never taken one, but there's been litmus tests that have went public that have, stated, will you fire on American citizens? I've never taken one, but I've heard about it, and mostly from the old.
So, by the way, we've had several other callers that have actually said this, including Shauna said, if Shauna's here in the chat, was it your dad that said that he was, during his test, he was asked that? Or uncle, I forget what you said, but she even said that that was a question on their ASVAB test. Now, that's pretty scary. If you think back to Jade Helm, which I did ask him about, I skipped over just my long and drawn out question, but you hear his answer about it, and he says, yes, absolutely. More likely in this little time period, something civil is more likely. Just look at what's going on. Look at how divided our country is.
Timers, but, I guess I'm almost an old timer, but this isn't normal. And they've got their week. I'm hoping that this is some sort of, FUBAR training exercise that was really logistically screwed up, but I'm not feeling that. That's number two. That's a low likelihood. But other than that, just kiss your loved ones, and you never know when something bad's going to happen. It's just be aware. Situational awareness. Keep an eye on what's around you. Keep an eye on the news, trends. Pay attention to your show. Just keep your ear to the tracks.
So this is the actual deployment letter, of course, with redacted his exact anything directly identified. The order number is real. It says you were deployed as a temporary change of station, so it's technically a temporary change of station. As shown below, you are to return to your permanent station upon completion of the duties in support of this operation. You will submit a reviewed travel voucher for this travel to the finance office within 5 working days after return to home station. basically, they have to fill out the paperwork, then head to this deployment. For deployment in support of Operation Hot Musket. Now, whatever, if you want to say it's a FUBAR this, or, Operation Hot Musket, like, that just sounds gritty. Number of days, indeterminate, which means they don't know how long it's going to be. Will proceed, date, the 16th of November. Basically, he had a couple days to get out of there. Additional instructions, CPT, to provide additional details. Oh, and it looks like Captain, and then whatever the name is, will provide additional detail upon arrival. RCA ADS issued upon arrival. This is an indeterminate temporary change of station. With future assignment to be determined. Soldier will be attached to TCS duty station in Lubbock, Texas. Active field. This deployment is a TCS for an indeterminate amount of time, which will be less than 12 months. Movement designator code PME7, additional instructions, blah, blah, blah. And then I believe it will scroll down.
Something is going on, something is happening. I feel it, and I think I'm about to be a part of it.
That last part, that was just during the show. That was like super powerful when he said that.
Happening. I feel it, and I think I'm about to be a part of it.
Wow.
I can't stress enough. All of my sources have said that something is going on. There's deployments, 80,000 out. People have said on the show, their husbands, their friends, they are being redeployed.
Yeah.
Of course, I forgot to add the stupid click to watch thing. The subscribe button.
He's right. I got friends that I went to school with that's being deployed. Like I said, when I started the show, what was it, 38 minutes ago, Aaron Hogue, Miss Aaron Hogue, has been deployed from the Army and is heading to the same area. Texas is first. Like I said, I told y'all the map. I showed you the map. Who was first? The Midwest is first. I warned y'all. That's all I could do is warn y'all. I told you to be ready. I feel like we're about to be in the movie Red Dawn. Seriously. Thank God the ladies are waking up and sharing all my videos. But you men, y'all need to wake up. You don't, Ching Ping's going to put a gun to your head and blow your head off.
Do you guys see what I'm saying? So, I don't know what you guys thought of that, but general consensus, I got calls from 5 different YouTubers, some big that I've never.
I even talked to him. But that's not all, folks. That was just part of the show I wanted y'all to hear. Guys, I'll take your phone calls and everything. We'll start a phone thing since people wants to call in. Okay, the ones that's on my Facebook that's friends with me, we'll probably put you on like a speakerphone like I did Charlotte, and you can jump in if you want to. Let's hear what this person said. I think this was Laura Little. Hey, I'm not getting chat box on live feed. I didn't want to call because you're live, and I don't want you yelling at me, LOL. It's okay, Laura. Thank you. But the chat has been dismantled, I guess. That wasn't my deal. I don't know what's going on. But at least the word's getting out, you know what I mean? That's more important. I noticed the live feed yesterday was weird, and it was all over the place. You know, if it does that and you still can hear what I'm saying, that's more important. You know what I mean? And I did replay that thing again, and I was like, golly, they really screwed that one up. Or the weather did, one or the other. But it's not me. My internet's pretty strong, guys. But it's okay. Look, we'll talk after the show, Laura. But this is just absolutely blowing me away right now. I've got more news coming out. I'm just blown away right now, guys. And I'm sure y'all are too, because of all the news that I've been giving y'all the last week. Has been awful. They want to legalize pedophilia. I told my dad that today, and his mouth dropped. He knows it's coming. Charges against, this just came in. Breaking news, Julian Assange has charges coming up on him. Oh my. Charges against Julian Assange accidentally revealed. That's all I know right now. We'll get into that later. There's more news coming out, and I want y'all to get. I want to get through it. If anybody is friends with Marfugel and everything, I've tried to comment to his deal. I don't think they want us to talk. They're not, or he's not getting all his comments like me. I'm not getting all y'all's comments, guys. They're shadow banning us, okay? It's not because I don't want to read them, I promise you. There's some of them I just go back and see if they're there. If that's pretty sad, ain't it? It is. But James Mutter has something to say. Sounds like to me he's on the same page as I am now. I said this November the 13th. Well, he just announced it today. James Munder is on the same page. Former Anonymous. Here we go. Enjoy.
There's a little folder next to you. Pick that up and take a look at it, okay?
By the way, before we start, Gail, I want to thank you for giving me the story on Marfugel. Thank you. And I got the phone call from Erin Hogue, former, well, she was former, now they deploying her back in there. She's Army. She graduated 1997 with me at minor, and she's going too. So I knew this was going to be a big show, guys, and I may even have to go to YouTube on the Yellowstone app too. So we're going to have another show. This might be the longest show I've ever had. Get ready for 500 miles, guys. Seriously.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? All right, so this guy right here, he's giving us reports on what is going on south at the border. Basically, people are being ripped out of their cars and forced to give the migrants their telephone, their cell phone, their camera, because they were taking pictures of the migrants, and for some reason, they do not want these videos and things being taken of them.
Wait a minute. Let's stop right there. James, if you're listening to me, or if anybody listens to him, and y'all need to let him know this, okay? This is what the cops are about to have to do. This is George Soros's plan. That right there just made sense right there. George Soros said, take all phones, all cameras, and smash them on the ground. He told the immigrants that before they even got on the bus. Okay, that's not all. That's not all, folks. Cops are doing the same thing now in America. I want y'all to know that. So if you are recording and you don't want to lose your new iPhone, don't be recording. They're going to crush your phone. Just giving you heads up. That makes sense, James. Thanks for the big update on that.
It's very criminal activity. There's rapes going on. He's filing a report, but something he said at the very...
Wait a minute. There were rapes going on in Europe and other countries when the migrants come in. Guys, this is what I predicted. And they are letting them in. I've got footage. Guys, I have footage that they're letting them in. And they're going to rape you. I tried to warn y'all, guys. Y'all need to get ready. Y'all need to band together. Black, white, Hispanic. We need to work together. Because these Honduras gang rapists are not here to play. They come to make money off of you, just like they did Natalie Holloway. Let's keep on.
The end of this report really perked my interest about these tanks that are south of the border here.
Okay. And with regard to that, the news is, I spoke with somebody within the government, all right, yesterday on the phone within the Mexican government. He told me that, in fact, this is already verified, there's more caravans coming and forming from Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela. You heard that right, people. They're coming. And since our future Ministry of the Interior, learn this name, our future Ministry of Interior, her name is Olga Sanchez Cordero. She announced last week that she's giving 1 million visas to anybody that wants to come into Mexico. 1 million working visas.
What did I say, guys? What did I say months ago? That we're going to use our credit cards. That's why they were hacking our credit cards over the summer. Remember when I told you there were credit cards and bank accounts being hacked? This is making sense. They pretty much turned your numbers around and gave them to these migrants. This is making sense.
Mexico has unemployment. Its figures right now are at an all-time low. Mexico is really bad economically, and now with the government, the leftist government coming into power on the 1st of December, that's in 3 weeks. And guess who's coming to the party? Nicolas Maduro, the narco dictator from Venezuela. He's gonna
Kim Jong-un. That's the stars on the tanks. And the China tanks. Guaranteed this is who has the tanks. And they're going to manufacture Russian military vehicles in Mexico. That's how they invade America, folks. Just like in the movie Red Dawn. We was wondering how they got here so fast. Either Canada, because they could come in right from Alaska to Canada. They could come in from that way because that's the Russians' border. But they're coming in on both sides. Looks like they're coming in on the north and the south because we're seeing tanks in Alaska right now. And military stuff like submarines and stuff. This is making sense.
and the inauguration of Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador as president of Mexico. But not only that, guess who's coming to town? Kim Jong-un from North Korea is also arriving. He's right now in Havana, Cuba.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I said this months ago. I said, watch out, guys. Red Dawn scenario is coming. Guys, I wasn't lying to y'all. Y'all were unsubscribing to both of my channels. I'm not a liar, folks. Everything that we've been saying, what I've been saying is coming true. You can thank the man that has gotten me the emails, the advisors, ex-CIA, ex-NSA, Kevin Shipp, Edward Snowden, has been on fire, guys. They're the ones that got poisoned by the people that we're going after. We got Pence wanting to take down Trump. We got Trump's wife wants to take down Trump. Yes, we've already got Pence caught with Trump, with Putin. We've got Putin talking to Melania Trump over the summer while Trump's back was turned. And now we have evidence that Jared Kushner is getting paid $46 billion to ruin the country from George Soros. So everything is coming true. Donald Trump's just a puppet. Everything is coming true. It's going to be another 9/11 plot. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be bigger than 9/11. That was just a strawberry shortcake that you ate right there. We're about to have the big lunch soon, very soon. And you know what? The days is coming. It's coming, guys. I feel it. We're having all these earthquakes all around the world. Wormwood closing in. They're jealous. They don't want you to see Wormwood. So they're going to call it a World War III. They're going to call it a war. So they want to put everybody in these Walmarts and these FEMA camps so you won't see it coming. But when Wormwood comes past by, we get to go back home. After you take the microchip. That's what I forgot to tell you about. They're not just taking your guns, folks. They're lying to y'all. Some of these YouTube channels won't even tell you. It's the microchip. It's George Soros' microchip. It's the Rothschilds' plan to control you. Because they've been controlling you through the weather. By the way, people are getting sick over the rain and the storms and the snow. Stay out of it, folks. Stay out of it, or start using masks like they do in China and everything. I got some masks that I got over there. Y'all need to get some. What I do is I do like a little small video on my other YouTube channel and show you what kind of masks you might need. You need either gas mask or whatever. But they're trying to poison us, guys. We're like cockroaches out there trying to survive and work and everything, and they're putting pretty much roach spray from the ground. I seen the chemtrails today, guys, and they're awful here in Alabama. They're bad. There's no sun. It's nothing but, looks like somebody scribbled a freaking piece of paper or something. Don't even look like a damn sky right now. And I told you, as Wormwood gets closer, you were going to get that. So remember that. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't be mad at American that loves America, that wants to survive and keep you safe and keep your kids safe. I think it's the right thing. I think it's the right thing. And I hope that's a sign that Dustin gave me a heart on one of the comments, because I'm trying to give him heads up what's coming. I think he's finally seeing it. I think he's finally figuring it out. That we all need to work together as YouTube patrons. We need to work together. Okay? So we really appreciate all the subscribers. The ones that's been donating, thank you. You don't have to, but we appreciate it. Because it's going to go to the military. It's going to go to ammunition so we can fight these Chinese and these Iran people. And we got Honduras. Now we got Venezuela wanting to come in. We got Venezuela. Really? I thought they already had their own problems. And we got El Salvador people coming in. We got everybody in the world coming in. Because George Soros has invited them to a party that they ain't even invited to. So we got to kick them out, guys. We got to go and be security, guys. We got to boot them out. We got to boot them out. Our military needs your help. We need your help. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. You're either going to be with us or against us. But I'm ready, guys. I'm even injured and I'm ready. I'll do whatever I have to do. I'll stay on the radio if they need me to. I'll do whatever. I don't care. I'll work my ass off for y'all. For free. For our freedom. For our kids. And for our ladies. They don't deserve this. And man, you don't either. You don't either. You pay your taxes to this crap? I don't think it's right. I really don't. I think it's wrong. So wrong. So let's work together, because we're gonna need more. We need more than let's make a deal with Monty Hall at Talladega. Okay. We need a plan, pit crew. We need a plan, football team. We need it now. There's no doubt. We are in trouble. That satellite up in outer space is called Zeus. I created him because of Zeus is the satellite with an asteroid that's going to be coming in. Just like in the movie G.I. Joe. So I want y'all to know that. Zeus is coming, folks. Zeus is going to destroy Earth if we don't work together as a team. But if you keep on partying and too dang worried about sports and everything, worried about your freedom, Donald Trump's going to put you in a FEMA account. It said it in The Simpsons. That's why I did The Simpsons cartoon arena. I thought y'all might like that, guys. Even though I'm doing the news at the same time. It's weird. I never expected to having to do this camouflage, but it's working. Let's see how long it lasts, right? Because Stony Stone shut my last channel down until January. So the time is February the 3rd right now. Is World War III is what they're giving me, the timeline. If he does not get these people arrested, Putin's coming in to arrest them for us. I'm just giving you a heads up. They're the ones that's been blowing up these meteors and asteroids and everything, but they're not messing with California. They're letting them come in on California. I want y'all to know that. Just remember that. In Oklahoma, just found out an apartment complex has been caught on fire. We think a meteor hit the complex. We're not sure yet, but that was the last confirmation earlier this afternoon. So just remember that.
For the great moment. So you see, as Hugo Chavez also visited the inauguration of Vicente Fox back in the day, he wasn't a dictator full-fledged yet. Now we're seeing that a full-fledged dictator is arriving to the party to congratulate Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Now, you see, Mexico already sold itself to the left, as we can see. Russia has also said that it's going to invest heavily in Mexico in its new airport. They're going to open up.
I don't know what it is, but that guy, he just said that president for Mexico reminds me of that Honduras guy from the movie Fast and the Furious, when Paul Walker and Vin Diesel and all them were running around and stealing the big banks. If you remember them getting them Dodge Chargers, if you know what I'm talking about, they used the Dodge Chargers. That guy sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar. That's so weird, guys. Right now, the migrants are robbing their bank right now. And robbing their women and robbing everybody. And you don't think they're going to do that here? That's like a bunch of ants coming in here and taking your fucking food while you're on the picnic table. Or the picnic area. That's what it reminds me of. So we gotta get the ant spray out. And we gotta take these migrants out. If our men don't do it, we need to do it. If our men too damn worried about listening to puppets, we need to fight. I'm just giving you heads up. Because if I have to, I'll fight Aaron Hogue to take our freedom back. I will fight our own men to keep our freedom. Because I'll stick that freaking microchip straight up their RFID Walmart ass.
At least 10 maquiladoras for military production in Mexico. One of them in Mexicali, Baja California. 10% of what is going to be produced in Mexico is going to be given to the Mexican military. Also, no taxes. Free of taxes for the Russians. And Mr. Putin is going to build his military factories. They're going to build MiGs and tanks and armored vehicles in Mexico. So, the military invasion that Russia would probably do doesn't have to, involve bringing all its military transport from Russia all the way to the Americas. No, they can just quickly manufacture it down in Mexico. In 2009, a truck driver contacted me. He was coming through Guatemala into Chiapas at Tapachula, and he stopped to take a leak on the border. And this is a real deal. I'm not kidding you. I talked to John Moore about this. I wasn't even on his show talking about this. And Jerry Corsi knows, too, from WorldNet Daily. So I spoke to him about it, too. He saw, as he was taking a leak on the side of the road, he went into the jungle, and he saw thousands and thousands and thousands of tanks. Okay? They had a red star on them. I don't know if they're North Korean, Chinese, or Russian, but they are here. And they're planning an invasion. So I'm just putting that out there so you know that this is coming down the line. All right?
That is not a good sign. That's two people that said this in Mexico. Unbelievable, folks. James is on the same side as I am. Good grief. That's all I got to say. Well, I'm not even done. Not even done, folks. I mean, we've got so much stories coming out, it's not even funny. Here we go. Mark Taylor. The deep state cabal is attacking Trump. Well, that's not all that's attacking Trump. Even the Republicans that voted for him said, I thought you was going to arrest these people and not have them in the house. I tried to tell you Trump was involved with it. Here we go. Enjoy.
Hello, Moto. Moto G6 generation was designed for you, for the creative you.
All right.
And this, that, and the other. America deserves
Shoot,
judgment. You
really?
are arming the enemy. You are committing spiritual.
All right, here we go.
The Podestas, the Soros. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in the high places. God has given us the rod of authority to be able to deal with this. He gave us power and authority over all the power of the enemy. That's how we deal with this evil. Prayer is when you're addressing God. Warfare is when you're dealing with these evil entities. And that spiritual warfare is the part, Mark.
All right, guys, you're probably wondering why in the world Sergeant Slaughter wrestling Shane McMahon. Sergeant Slaughter, the one that I created, was from G.I. Joe. He was the sergeant when he was fighting Cobra. Okay? That's why I created him. Enjoy.
That people are leaving out.
And the other thing people are doing right now, as you say that, this comes to mind, is that they're arming the enemy. Because every time these guys say, America needs to burn, this, that, and the other, America deserves judgment, you are arming the enemy. You are committing spiritual treason because God says he doesn't wish anybody perish. And judgment is not on America. It's not up to you to bring judgment on America. But every time you speak that, life and death is in the power of the tongue, you are speaking a curse upon God's people. You are speaking a curse upon God's country, period. So people got to stop arming the enemy. It's bad enough that we have to fight the enemy, Sheila, much less our own people by doing that, by arming the enemy like that. Again, you need to decide whose side are you on, because you're aiding the kingdom of darkness when you do that. You are committing a spiritual treason.
But not just does Proverbs 18:21 say that death and life are in the power of the tongue, but it goes on to say there, and they that love it shall, guess what? They're going to eat the fruit of it. So when you speak a word-spoken curse, Mark, people that say Hillary Clinton is never going to go to jail, you're prognosticating that she's never going to go to jail.
Right.
And this kind of ties in again what I said on the show with Augusto yesterday. We were talking about this very thing. Quit agreeing with the enemy.
Right,
God is looking for people to agree with him. Satan too is also looking for someone to agree with him. And that's really important. And I think people have got to get out of this steady diet of doom and gloom here. Oh, we're going to go to World War III. Oh, there's going to be a collapse. Oh, there's going to be a coup. I mean, it just never ends with this stuff. God doesn't want us to be in anxiety and fear. He didn't give us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind.
Yeah, the bottom line is this: is that you just hit it. Is they're sold out to the doom and gloom. Now, I use this as an example. You can become addicted to doom and gloom. I tell people all the time. I get people sending me videos from YouTube. YouTube and social media are a blessing or a curse. Be careful who you listen to. Don't listen to the mainstream media. You need to go to Donald Trump's Twitter feed. Go to his DNA. Now, we talked about this before in one of your previous programs about frequencies. You're being bombarded with these satanic frequencies, and it's changing your mindset. It's literally creating egotism, paranoia, fear. They have found out that it will literally damage your body organs. So when you start bombarding yourself and you're addicted to the doom and gloom, one of the signs the Lord told me that you know DNA is being changed to the enemy is that when you're given good news and you can't receive it, look out. That's a sign.
Yeah, hey, if you don't think your cell phone is doing something to your DNA with frequencies, did you see that thing going viral on Facebook where the video where they did the popcorn?
Yes. They had three cell phones, and they put a piece of popcorn in it, and when the three phones ring, it literally popped the popcorn. So it's like if it changed the DNA of that popcorn, what is it doing to man? That is their goal. That is the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the New World Order. They want to change the DNA of man. Why? Because they want nothing but a zombie apocalypse. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what they want. A bunch of zombies running around being controlled and manipulated. They want you to only hear what they want you to hear and see. Act the way they want you to act. They just want mindless people like robots basically following their New World Order. So that's why I tell people, get off of YouTube. Get off of this garbage of doom and gloom. I use Glenn Beck as an example. Glenn Beck started off on a righteous path of exposing George Soros, and he was doing a great job at Fox when he was there. And somewhere down the line, Glenn got addicted to it. I honestly believe that.
Okay. The reason I played this video is Mark Taylor wants you off of YouTube so you won't know the truth either. I try to tell y'all, folks, Mark Taylor tells some good stuff and sometimes he says bad. So what does he want us to do? Go to Fox and listen to the lies there too? Just saying, guys. The reason I played this video is to let you know they don't want you to see that Wormwood's coming. Do you know why? Because they don't believe in God. He's a liar. We just caught him in a lie. Because if that was the truth, then why are we sitting here listening to him on YouTube? He's making no sense. So I just thought I might give you that situation right there. That was kind of like a short video, but I thought you needed to know what was going on. All right, guys, I want y'all to hear this. Breaking news on the border. Migrants has iPhones from George Soros, and they got buses from George Soros, the same buses they used for the Antifas. I even got a former Antifa that has backed off, turned his back on them because it wasn't right. He just got paid and just left the situation. Now he's saying that they're not paying Antifa no more, that they're giving it all to the migrants. That is true. All right, enjoy. Shoot.
Today is November the 14th, 2018. I am at National Friendship Park down here in San Diego, right where the border fence goes all the way to the ocean. And I'm here today because the caravan, the first batch of it, got here yesterday, and they were climbing the fence, and I just had to see this for myself.
They're not arresting them either. They're jumping over the fence and they're letting them in, folks. Just like they've been doing for years. So remember that. what I just said. I just looked at the tablet. I appreciate all the likes, folks. Thank you. I hope y'all are sharing.
You got up on that one with a low fly.
So look at this guy to the fence here. He has what appears to be a brand new smartphone, and I thought they were poor and starving and hungry, and they had nothing and were coming here for a better life. But look at this. They got a $600 phone over there. This is all a fraud.
Yeah.
Where do they get the money to have these smartphones?
Well, I think these people.
I'll tell you where he got them at. They got them from George Soros, the one that put all them fake bombs around the United States a couple of weeks ago, October the 25th. The same day that Wormwood showed up. They wanted more distraction. Every time you see a distraction, you know Wormwood's around. Or if we have bad weather, you know Wormwood is being covered up and is hovering around us. Let's keep on. Everything that I've been saying is coming true.
Are more like middle class, and they're radicals. They're the vanguard that came up first in the air-conditioned buses that Soros or somebody else paid for. And those are more like more educated people that have been radicalized.
You got it, man. It's Soros. Soros and the 13 world banks. If I'm not mistaken, he used to be a professor, and he taught reverse psychology, folks. The thing that I went to school for. Except I'm using it on them.
And anti-American. And they may want to cross. And a lot of them are LGBT. They said there's 80 people staying in one house here that they rented. And a lot of them are LGBT.
We know it's George Soros now. LGBT. And then he owns Black Lives Matter. Now he owns the Honduras Matters. And he owns all the other deals. I got you. I got it. I get it now. I get it. George Soros. Jennifer was reporting it. I'm reporting it. Everybody else is reporting it. George Soros is right. His handwriting is all over this one. All over it. Folks, I'm telling you right now. He owns Time Warner. He owns Fox. He owns NBC. He owns CBS. He owns all the other news stations that's out there. PBS. All of them, folks. He's rich. Okay? He's rich. But it's because he's rich because he stole all the money from the bank in World War II in Germany. After the war, all the jewelry, all the necklaces, all the wallets, everything went into the box. Hitler was dead. They killed Hitler. George Soros left with the loot. I'm just telling you, that's how he did it.
LGBT, and unfortunately, that's the ones that will get in without any question, even though maybe they're anti-American and they're trying to subvert our laws, you know.
Look at this, another smartphone. So they all got smartphones over there. It's really interesting. You know, if they have it so good over there, I don't know why they think they need to come in here. But I guess because it's stolen land and it belongs to them, just entitled to it, right?
That's what they told me last night. There was one of our leftists over here, and he started talking about this was stolen land. So that's part of it. I mean, this is it's kind of it's a racial movement, but I think there's sort of a religious undertone to it also, and it's about you know, some of the ideologies are, you know, the mestizo or mixed people feel like they're the heirs of the indigenous people, and that all the land of North and South America, you know, they have special rights here. So they have that feeling over there. Many of them do. Like these people here are radicals, so I'm sure they feel that way.
About that. Interesting. Interesting. Gosh. So they just let them on in. Wow. How about that, folks? Your taxes went to this shit. And our American government doing nothing about it. Yeah, let's bring them in. Let's see if our Americans wants to fight for their freedom. That's their plan. I'm not stupid. And if you take that Bitcoin, I call it Bitcoin. You take that, you got a microchip in it. You're being followed. Just thought you might want to know that. That's a CIA operative move for everyone. Christian Ware, yes, I will hit you up too. I've got 2 women wants to hit me up, I guess. I guess that's the call that they want to donate. I appreciate that. Confirm contract expiration dates. I've been saying this for months, and I'll say this again. Trump's about to get out, folks. He's getting rich off of this, and he's about to get out. He's about to go underground. Eminem's not lying. He's right. I cannot believe I just said that. I cannot believe I just said Eminem's right. No, I'm not a Democrat, and I'm certainly not a Republican. We know what's up. But I will tell you this. You've been fooled. It says it in Trump's book. Y'all need to go read it if y'all have to. But look, we got to keep both channels running, okay? Subscribe to both channels like Marfugel said, and like Lisa Haven. Lisa Haven made me cry this morning, guys. I went and got on. I went to her email and I told her, look, I'm not the one that took down BP Earthwatch, but he was lying to us. I wanted to take him down, guys, and I'm gonna sit here as a American to you. I swear to you, I did not take down BP Earthwatch. I'm only taking the ones down that has threatened me or screwing us over. Okay, take down BP. It was Fox. I promise you. From my grandfather's grave in World War II, I would not. No. Why would I be on here doing this? People are turning their words around. I told y'all months ago that Alex Jones was going to go. I was telling you what was coming because August of 2016, I knew they were going to give the internet to ICANN. Before they even announced it, they finally did it. October the 1st, 2016 is when the internet went to hell. They just did it slowly but surely. Y'all thought it was a joke. Oh, that ain't never going to happen. Well, it's happening. It's happened. All right, let's go with this. Breaking news on Mike Pence hiding secret talks with Trump. With Putin, which I told you that he was talking to his wife and Ivanka Trump and Melania, along with Jared Kushner, believe it or not, have talked to Putin. All right? Here is more news on this. And then we're going to go to the Lisa Haven. And then we're going to shut it down and may come back if you like and subscribe some more. And you subscribe to my backup channel. Rest in peace, NWO, the real news. We're gonna get through this, guys. We got to. We got to. Well, why are we here? You know what I mean? Here we go. Enjoy.
The West isn't just a direction. It's our heritage and our soul. Handed down.
Mike Pence comes out of hiding to secretly meet with Putin away from the US media. Just when you thought perhaps Mike Pence was ashamed enough of this administration to stay out of the public eye permanently, he's resurfaced in Singapore to remind us that he's just as complicit in crimes against American democracy as his money-grubbing office mate Donald Trump. The nation is hosting the 2018 East Asia Summit, an annual meeting of the leaders of East Asian countries and, inexplicably, the United States for some reason. Primary contributors to the event are the usual large economy nations, China, India, Japan, South Korea, but emerging nations are also involved. It's almost a uniquely American thing to hear the word Asian and think of a very select few countries. Many Americans don't even realize people from India are Asians due to this mental barricade constructed for us by our well-meaning but ill-informed social studies teachers decades ago. But one of the most prominent forces in East Asia is, in fact, Russia. And so despite the fact that his nation's capital is in Europe, Vladimir Putin was also on hand at the EAS. That's where Pence and Putin, along with National Security Advisor John Bolton, met on the sidelines on Thursday, sitting briefly next to one another to discuss what the Vice President's press secretary Alyssa Farah described as issues that will be discussed when President Trump and President Putin are both in Argentina for the G20 summit taking place November 30th through December 1st in the South American metropolis of Buenos Aires. Not present at the sideline meeting between Pence and Putin? Any American media, or anyone who can confirm what they did, in fact, discuss. Mr. Pence took his seat and Mr. Putin arrived a few minutes later. His chair was next to Mr. Pence, and as he walked past at 2:20 p.m. local time, he put his hand on the Vice President's shoulder. Mr. Putin sat down and then quickly stood up and shook hands with Mr. Pence. They chatted a bit, and then Mr. Putin spotted National Security Advisor John Bolton and shook hands with him. The three men stood and talked for about 2 minutes, with the translator standing nearby. Mr. Pence didn't appear to smile during the conversation. Messrs. Bolton and Putin did a fair amount of the talking, as Mr. Pence stood and listened. That actually doesn't sound like an exchange which included any discussion of the G20 at all, but we're sure that Ms. Farah couldn't possibly be mistaken about the nature of the meeting.
Oh my God. I don't think Putin likes what Mike Pence did. Guys, I'm telling you, shit's about to hit the fan. That was anonymous. Okay, that's not all. I want y'all to hear what Lisa Haven says. I'm going to do a special match since the show is over. You know how you go to a WWE superstar match and at the end you get to see a surprise match or whatever? I'm going to do that, folks, because I want y'all to hear what Lisa Haven said. She's making sense, and I feel bad for her. Freedom is almost gone, guys. It's almost dead if we don't fight back. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed the arena, and the Batgirl wins the Wonder Woman belt. Ain't that something?
It's 2018, which means that you want your content on your terms, whether it's on your TV, your mobile.
All right.
Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and today's report is a rather difficult one for me to get out to you guys. A very hard broadcast to give because of the state of what's happening here in America, the political landslide that we're in, one side versus another, and just to see the state of the normalcy bias that has struck people in America, and it's heartbreaking. And my heart is literally divided. I am at a loss for words and a loss for the right things to say to spark that light in the spirit, that light, to get that light going where Americans can literally be free again. And I can't tell you, I've restarted this broadcast a few times. Looks like I'm not going to get through it without some tears, but at least you can see my heart in the matter. Here's what I'm talking about. Censorship. Let's just start there. PayPal banning people left and right from receiving money because they don't like their political view. Most recently, BitChute, a YouTube alternative, was banned from PayPal. In a free society, that should not be so. Facebook banning group after group after group just because they don't like their political slant, calling it hate and calling it inciting violence. You cannot like what somebody has to say. That doesn't mean it needs to be silenced. I believe in the freedom on both sides. A liberal has a right to bash a conservative can a liberal. That's the fairness and the beauty of the freedoms that we have, but they are dying. They're dying, and it's when I talk to, people at the hairdresser or, wherever I may be at the grocery store, 90% of the time, they have no idea this is even happening. They are oblivious. And as most of you know, my video yesterday was censored. It's not allowed to be commented on or liked or shared anywhere, but thankfully it's still up there. I do believe that there are some good people at YouTube fighting for the rights of free speech, and I want to say thank you to them. But there's also bad people on every side. There's good and bad in everything. And thankfully my video didn't receive a strike, and I still don't see any reason it should have been restricted, but that's not my decision. But the truth is, people are getting silenced all over. Lots of people have been gone from YouTube now. We have BP Earthwatch, High Impact Flicks, Alex Jones. Some have left and came back, thankfully. But there's so much censorship, and the average person has no idea. Another thing, the election, the midterm election, all the fraud and the corruption that has happened in the midterm election.
The election is not over, is what I'm hearing. They're going to keep on extending it. It's just about to get ugly.
And no one does anything. We have, I believe, around 17 seats that were leaning Republican on election day, leaning Republican. And suddenly, after the election, all these ballots come in mysteriously from buses or ballots or, oops, here's one, coming into these polling stations. And suddenly, where Republicans were leading in 17 different areas, they now fell behind and were overtaken by Democrats. Not one that I can think of off the top of my head of those counties that were leaning Democrat went Republican. No, all the Republican leaning in heavy Republican areas just so happened to mysteriously go Republican all of a sudden.
We have a serious problem with lack of gun safety in this country.
On the issues of...
And I've got to say something. What in the hell is Tim McGraw thinking? I just got an email. Tim McGraw wants our guns. Tim McGraw? Man, you need to go back to fucking singing songs and shut the fuck up about our guns. You're not American. You're a puppet. Anybody that's Hollywood and music, shut the fuck up. We paid your fucking ticket to be stardom. We paid your ticket to, oh man, I am really upset about this. I even came to one of your concerts, Tim. So our country, because our government is fucking off with kids? Fuck you. You asshole. I'm not kidding, dude. You might be an Indian outlaw. Well, I'm half Cherokee and Choctaw, bitch.
And as a result, not one person has gone to jail, not a single indictment, No consequences for any of the polling places. They've got people on video hiding information. And I'll leave links below for this. But I wanted to just speak from the heart. But they've got people hiding ballots, throwing away ballots, and no one does anything. This causes a lot of people not to vote. And I say, you need to still make your vote heard, because again, we answer to God, not to man for our ballots. I still believe if we can mass amount it, then we have a chance. But it's this level of corruption that those on the left are pushing, and there is not a single thing done. What does that tell me going forward? That they're going to continue to do it. And now it's so in our faces and blatant. They don't even hide the corruption anymore. Not even hidden. Why? Because a lot of people in America are in normalcy bias mode and just don't care. And my heart breaks that we are so unpolitically involved. Things like voting and contacting our senators and making our voice heard are things we should all do on all sides. But the average person knows nothing about what's happening in politics. And a lot of you guys do, and I thank you for that. But we really got to wake up the sleeping giant out there. Our friends, our family members, these kinds of things. Otherwise, we're going to completely lose everything. Everything you value, all your freedoms that you have. One by one by one by one, I see it. I see it happen, and I see it go right in front of my eyes. And you know, since when did it become a crime to love the president? I mean, think about it. If you support the president, now I don't support everything that Trump does. Quite frankly, this tax season, I don't think a lot of you are going to be happy with some of the changes he made to taxes. I'm not happy. I hate it. He took away some of the things.
I hate it too. She's got some of it right, some of it wrong. Your taxes is going to be zero taxes for the microchip. She's not telling you everything. I'm going to have to, I guess. She must have a family, and I understand that. She must have kids and a husband. But I don't have nothing to live for. Be honest with you, I'll fight bitter end for you. Because my girl is dead and she's in heaven right now. But I will tell you this, folks. It's all about the microchip. They want you to suffer until you want that chip. Because when you take that chip, you won't have to work ever again. You're actually going to have robots working for you. But I don't think it's right. I really don't think it's right taking a chip that George Soros demands us to have. The Pope has arrived at the Vatican and says that he praises Wormwood of showing up. That's just another story I got to come out with tonight. That's right, folks. Pope is praising for the chip, microchip, and he's a Christian, guys. He's supposed to be a Christian. We know he's not. He's probably the worst Pope I've ever seen. But I'm giving you heads up. I'm giving you up. The Black Panther's coming. That's why I did this. The Black Panther's coming. If you know who I'm talking about, and you know what I've been talking about on the other channel, on my Rest in Peace NWO, the real news. Tupac has been training with the Black Panthers, the real Black Panthers, not the Black Lives Matter of George Soros. Tupac's upset about this. He's bringing in his crew. But he's not going to be the same person. He don't look the same, guys. He don't supposed to. He had surgery. He used $45 million of it to get him a place and have surgery on his face. He even took the tattoos off. Thug life is gone, guys. Just thought you might want to know that.
That W-2 employees could write off this year. You can't write off things like miles and expenses anymore if you're a W-2 employee and you work for someone. That's insane. Just my opinion there. I hate it. But there's other things that he's done that are good, that I agree with, like getting out of the TPP, cutting some of the funding at the United Nations, getting out of the horrible Paris Climate Accord, not signing up and signing in for the Migration Compact at the UN. Lots of good things. And other things I don't agree with, but since when did it become a crime to support the president? Sean Hannity gets in trouble for attending a rally of the president. Fox News bashes him for it. Wow. I don't know. I guess my point today was just to share it from my heart, and I often don't have the opportunity or do that in a lot of videos, but it's just the state of our country. My heart breaks, and I do a lot of praying, and I have a lot of hope for things looking forward. And tomorrow, I'll get back on and report like I normally do, because that is what I do, and that is where my heart is. But I encourage you, start telling those who are asleep what's going on, so we are all aware of the consequences together. Because if we're all just in our normalcy bias bubble and we ignore the things around us, then as the saying goes, evil will thrive. That's what happens when we ignore things. 99.9% of the time, that is what happens. You don't vote, then you automatically go and your vote is cast with whoever wins, be it good or bad, be it if you like the candidate or you didn't. But we have a lot of things right now to look at in our country. Evaluate yourself. Are you in a good position? Are you so overwhelmed with life that you have no time for anything else? Reevaluate where your priorities and your time is spent. I just want to encourage you guys to do that. We're coming up in a new year, and we all have the opportunity, I guess, to start afresh. Anyhow, I think I've ranted long enough. I just want to say I love each and every single one of you, and I care about America, and that's why I continue to stand and do the things that I do as much as I can do. I'm one person, and one person can make a big difference, and so can you.
That CR TV, that came along because
we're all the same, we're all equal, and we all have the same opportunities for now. Those opportunities can be taken away like that in the future. Anyhow, I'm going to ask you a favor. I should have asked it in the beginning of my video, but please subscribe to my backup channel. I'm going to put it at the top in the description box below. I am going to ask you, if you're subscribed to this channel, subscribe to that one. Because that's all I have going forward. And podcast, I now have a podcast because I'm expanding because of all the stuff that's happening in front of us. I have to. So I also have a podcast, Red Alert. You guys can check that out. It's on Google as well as iTunes. And I believe it's coming to Spotify. I'm still waiting on that one, but I know it's at the 2 already. And subscribe to my website, lisahaven.com. On the website, I have where you can submit your email. I send one email a week that has all the articles that
I have subscribed to both of her channels. Her backup channel doesn't have a video on there. I think it was like a year ago. She hasn't started her backup channel yet. She's got about 1,000 subscribers, I think. But all you have to do is look up Lisa Haven News, and you can subscribe to that. I have, because we're running out of issues, we're running out of time, we're running out of players that's on YouTube that's really real. Lisa's one of the realest ladies I've ever met. She's awesome. She's great. She actually come to me on my email and said, "Did you really take down BP Earthwatch? I know how some of these channels are attacking each other and attacking you, but I know how patriot I am. I would never have done that." Okay? It was not me. It was Fox. Fox out. He used Fox, and if you put an image on there, Fox or CBS or CNN, you're going to lose your freedom. Okay, folks? That's the Mockingbird News. They're the ones that's being controlled by George Soros, not me. I don't work for George Soros, and I certainly will not. I don't care how much money they pay me. I'm getting paid by you, the donations, and the boss, Lindsay. Okay? So remember that, folks. I'm trying to get that straight clear, because some of y'all didn't have a bad frequency then that day. But I told y'all months ago that this was going to happen around this time as we got close to election. What's happened? More going down. General Shepard. What? General Shepard? It got kicked off today because I was about to play his videos because he does the Alex Jones show, and Alex Jones has been prohibited on YouTube. So now I've been doing Alex Jones shows on the gaming, and I haven't been in trouble for it. So some people likes it, some people don't. That's America, right? Uh-oh. That's America. So Lisa Haven is right. A bunch are right, but the ones that's not right are listening to he said, she said crap. Y'all need to get it from the horse's mouth before you talk. Seriously. See, they're already taking people's feed off. Live feed, communications. I'm going to try to get it back for the next one. I might have hit the wrong button. I don't know. I got bad eyes. But I hope y'all are still there. And y'all can still watch the end of this. I just wanted to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I've been fighting for your freedom and for our kids. Mostly our kids, because our kids are being raped and murdered on the streets. Murdered, folks, and eaten. Keanu Reeves is right. And now we're finding out Ashton Kutcher has been bought out by the NWO. And he's the one that wanted to stop it. Not no more. We're the only ones that wants it. And we're going to stop it. Let's just say this. Our men don't have the bazookas and don't have, rocket launchers and everything else. But our men are making homemade bombs with meth. And I'm just going to be honest with you. We're going to take their rocket launchers and their tanks. That's all I got to say. And if you're behind them, and you're with China, and you're with North Korea, and you're with the people that sold us out, you're against us. I just thought you might want to know that.
Done for the week. And I include all the links there to everything I speak about. So please subscribe to that so I can keep in touch. I don't share any of the information. And it's simply the way it is today. We have to have emails in order to communicate. So I'm just asking you, share your information there. If you want to contact me, I have an email, lisahaven@safebolt.com. That's an encrypted, safe email. So you guys can check that out. But subscribe to my newsletter, because I don't know what tomorrow holds, and subscribe to my backup channel. Anyhow, I love you guys, and I'm Lisa Haven signing out.
That's big. That's big. She really had crocodile tears. That was real. That wasn't fake. Not like what y'all been watching on NBC and the fake news and stuff. You lock your door on the passenger side when you... breaking news. This is coming out of one of my my reporters. I got a reporter now, Gail Vero, telling me this. It just came up on my Facebook. Okay, here we go. Breaking news. Please, please, please be careful when pumping gas. Make sure you lock your door on the passenger side when you are pumping. Make this go viral. Send it to all your friends that drives. I'm sure they're coming up on you, behind you, and getting in your vehicle with you. You got it, Gail. Thank you. I will share it. And I just shared it on my YouTube channel live. Maybe they'll share that too. Thank you, Gail, for the work on that. That makes a lot of sense. I'm looking at a weather pattern right now coming out of Texas. That looks pretty bad. But if y'all want me to come back, I'll come back in a couple hours after this show. We only got 2 more guys left. We got more news. I will tell you that. I told you we were going to work overtime tonight. Holy shit. I may have gotten to meet with my dad and everything for a little while. More than 200 prisoners riot at, oh my God, breaking news. I seen this coming. This is George Soros' plan too. Order out of chaos. This is in his book. More than 200 prisoners riot at 2 California prisons. Nearly a dozen injured. That's not all. I just found out that they're getting ready to riot at a prison in Alabama. So let's listen to this. Mary Greeley News is reporting this. This just came out maybe 10 minutes ago. She's already got 49 views. Let's go to that.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. More than 200 prisoners riot at 2 California prisons, nearly a dozen injured. A pair of riots broke out at 2 California prisons within about a half an hour of each other Wednesday. The State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation said in a news release. CDRC said the mass disturbance involved more than 200 inmates total and sent 11 of them to outside hospitals. The first riot broke out at 12:36 p.m. Wednesday at Pleasant Valley State Prison in Coalinga. In southwestern Fresno County, staff used pepper spray and other non-lethal weapons to control the riot. Well, now they're saying it's a riot. First they said it was a mass disturbance, which involved 134 inmates according to the news release. 5 inmates from that riot were rushed to local hospitals, the release said. But the extent of their injuries was not immediately known. The second riot started about 1 p.m. at Avenel State Prison, about 20 miles south of Coalinga, where 80 inmates started a disturbance that was quelled within minutes, according to the release. 6 sustained unknown injuries and were taken to outside hospitals. No prison staff were reported injured in either incident, CDCR said. The riots are under investigation by CDCR, and the possible cause is not yet known. What seems like a lot of people involved to be called a disturbance. Politically correct wording. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Please subscribe. Please thumbs up my videos. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.
That is not all. Before we leave, I just found out they are letting prisoners go that's pedophiles. They're going to try to do another election, and they're going to have the pedophiles vote for the Democrats. Y'all have a nice day. I love you all. God bless you. God bless America. We love you. Thank you for the donations from Facebook. Holy crap. I'm getting donations right now as I'm on live. But I will come back in a couple of hours, hopefully in Yellowstone or in California, close to the earthquakes or the fires. Somewhere. I'll find something to do for us. I love you all. I got more news coming. Be safe, and thank you for showing up. It really means a lot. I know that you care.